Let's get into some new albums. Let's start with Ella Mai. Ella Mai
Okay, yeah,
dropped
start
her
there. Let's
album
start there first.
Heart on My Sleeve featuring Roddy Ricch, Lotto, and Lucky Day. I believe it's 16 records. I will say that I liked it. I got through it maybe 1.5 times. It was like 3 albums that we had to get to this weekend.
It was a lot of
I liked it. Production was great. I mean, she's got Mustard at the helm, and she's got Connect D Mile produced on there, so the production's
Twice.
always going to be great. I think the pen elevated from her initial project. You know, I described her debut album, self-titled, as like it was her introduction to us, and a lot of it was like, okay, this girl's cool. She makes like cool music. It's like kind of cute, and like I
Yeah.
feel like she's matured now,
Yeah.
and she's like, you know, just she was talking about real experiences on that one, but I feel like she's let herself live,
Yeah.
and she's had different experiences to speak about in this project. It just sounded more grown. It sounded more mature, and I think there's a bit more variation in the song types here. Like
Yes.
like the opening itself, Trying, is a little more upbeat.
Mhm.
Then you get to Didn't Say with Lotto, which was dope. I really like the Lucky song. Lucky's a feature killer. There's just nothing to say about it.
Sick.
Like Lucky gonna get on a record and kill the feature. The Roddy Ricch joint was dope too. And yeah, I mean, for the most part, I liked it. There was a couple joints I was like, meh, on.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I thought it was a good project. I definitely have to sit with it more, but it was. I enjoyed it more than I disliked it, I would say.
I agree. I will give Ella most improved of the girls.
In
Like
terms of,
I think holistically, to be honest, I think she sat down and I think they said, we need to elevate. We need to do something different. I mean, the singles were solid, but what was it, DMFU? No,
Yeah.
DFMU.
yeah,
That was like
Alone.
the single. I was like, no, this one is it.
hard.
But I think what they really developed and really spent time on was like, let's get some producers on this. So the musical quality is just unlike what Ella has before. I mean, not unlike so far as like there's not a huge gap, right? But it's leveled up.
It's
right?
elevated.
Because
It's
before she had like 1500
It's
and shit.
elevated.
Are you done?
It's elevated in May.
Guys,
Please continue.
I forgot my thought. Anyways, so I really feel as if I think I give her most improved. I think from holistically, like
Yeah.
the pen, I felt like she was, funny enough, trying is one of the records, like one of the first records, and I think she got my attention immediately.
Yes.
Also, too, what I liked about this project is that there's not as many songs, but it felt like a longer listen because the songs are long songs. I
Yeah.
mean, she has bridges on there. She has
Yeah.
breakdowns. She has switches. That's what I'm saying. The production elements, like, they didn't really skimp on that at
Yeah.
all. And I think that I appreciate that. There were moments where I was like, I can tell that she was pushed to the edge of like her vocal ability,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Which I think is good. I think every project you should be giving everything that you have, right? And there was still moments where I'm like, oh, Ella, like I need more, baby.
Yeah.
Like I need you to do a little bit more interesting melodies and things. I would love her. You know how like athletes in the off season go sit with like a legend, like when Kobe went to see Hakeem and his footwork came back crazy. I would love for somebody of the like older legends to like take her, like Tony or someone, right? And just like give her a workshop and just really, really try to push her. I don't know what type of work she's been doing with whoever, but I think she really puts a lot of effort in. I think there's an earnesty about Ella's music before. You know, I'm super hard on Ella, but I keep it merit based because I don't think she's like not trying. You know what I'm saying? So I think this was a solid project. I think in general though, like I'm really right now we've been talking about it. I'm really yearning for concept album. Like I really want a concept album, and I want a concept to ring through really hard. I think these songs, I think is like it feels like a commercial. You know, she's in that commercial space. She's one of the girls, so like the girls are gonna give you that stuff. And I think there's a lot here that I'll probably go back to. I need to listen to it again, but it's overall, I think it's a solid project. There's not much that I can really complain about. And I'm not nitpicking to look for complaints, but there's things that there are notes for it to be better in the next album. So
yeah, she evaded the sophomore slump. She took her time. Like self-titled was 2018. You know, a lot of artists do not take that much time.
Yeah,
Feel that pressure to rush. And people have been calling for Ella for years. Like, yo,
she
where's
took
your next
time.
project? Like,
She took time. Yeah,
and naturally, we say all the time, you take time off. People are like, oh, they fell off, or oh, they're washed up, or it's over for them. No, they just
right.
haven't. And yeah, the effort's there. The effort to improve is there. My complaint is always going to be my critique rather is like vocally she could be stronger, and
Yeah.
then that's it. But she doesn't try to do too much with that, knowing like she can't hit certain runs.
And
shit
after a
like
certain point, though, I was like, okay, maybe we can cut the album shorter then, because after a certain point, I'm like, I keep hearing you hit the wall, like you're hitting the wall. Not that she sounds like out of breath or anything like that. I can hear there's the limit, and I hear it's not going certain past, like the way she's articulating certain vowels, certain things. I'm like, oh, you're sliding by it because that's how you've gotten by before, right? And so I'm really excited for her next level up if she can get to that next level. But I think she's definitely on that trajectory of an upward trend. So
100%.